today we're firing in the oven that was changed to fire with gas and wood instead of electric. And as I promised, I'm firing today. It's just a few pots. They're going to come up to 900 degrees. And right now, I've been here. It's been dark up until now, and the light's just starting to come. And the temperature's up to 241. I've been here over 2 hours, about 2.5 hours. I've extended the firing channel simply because I've got a whole bunch of wood from the lumber yard, and it's so dry that the flames will stretch too far in the oven under the first part of the firing. Until the firing's up about 500-600, I don't want a lot of flames bashing onto the pots. I just want it to be in the lower level of the oven, and the heat to come into the pots. And once the heat starts to come in, the pots start to glow, then I can let the flames go in further. But actually, it's not really necessary. It just, firing with an extended firing channel will take a little bit more gas, but the wood's all free, you know, and it's nice sitting outside. So I'm just going to continue firing like this. As I was telling you last time, I'm only putting 2 sticks in at a time. But like I said, I've been getting a lot of wood from the lumber yard. It's when the carpenters come and they order wood in a certain length and they have to cut boards. There's always bits left over. And I've got permission to take all their leftover bits of wood. So I think they think it's fun. Let me have it. But I put 2 sticks in. I've got the gas burner a little bit higher than pilot, not very much. I'm not going to turn it right up. That would just send the flames right in. But this is a good way of firing. I'll take you round and let you see the roof opening as well, so you can see that. We'll go around the back side of the oven. It's easier to see it here. You can see the roof is opened up right over the chimney, so I'm not getting any smoke in underneath and in where it's covered over for me, so I don't get wet. Round the back of the oven, I've got my thermocoupler plugged in, and the whole bottom part of the oven, when I set it up here, I put bricks and earth right up to the oven, and there's no heat slippage underneath the oven, because normally these electric ovens, they're on feet, so they're a little bit up off the surface. At this point in time, there's not really, it's too early to see any black smoke or anything. But I have my gas bottle here. It's a good ways away from where the flame is, so there's not going to be happening anything dramatic, I hope. I've got my water in the wheelbarrow, so if I want to clean out, sometimes I want to clean out the firing channel if there gets too many coals in there. But the first part of the firing, most of the coals, when I put the 2 new the sticks in, the coals underneath, while the 2 new ones are burning, will slowly get burned away to nothing. You can see I've got quite a pile of wood here. a thermocoupler right beside, and a clock, and down where I have my tea and stuff I've got the lighter just in case I need to light something up. And other than that, I just sit here and take it easy and listen to the oven, make sure I'm not hearing anything that disturbs me. The gas burner here is one made for roofers, to putting down the roofing paper. It'll get up to 1200 degrees when it's on full throttle. So I mean, there's no problem here with this, because I mean, my Saga firings are only done to 600. So sometimes a bit high, depends what I'm putting on. Sometimes a bit higher, up to 657 men. But that's it. So when I fire at 900 here, it's just actually the same as a bisk firing. But I've got the pots on the lowest shelf, and on the lower shelf it's getting really high fired. So they'll actually be, even though I'm going to be registering at 900, they're going to be up around 1,000 or maybe more. So but right now, I've done what I've done here is, because it's all outside, you can't have this inside, it's all outside. So what I've done is I've made this shelter over it, just with an armoured tarp and a wooden frame. And so that way, when I'm sitting firing here, I'm not getting any wind and I'm not getting rained on. So if it's a day when it's raining from the start, I don't even take the roofing away from the oven. I just leave it on and don't even fire. But if it's a day where rain comes suddenly, there's showers or something like that, then what I do is I have an old baking tray from a regular oven that I put over where the gap is, so the smoke and the flame can go up around that there and out, but there doesn't come any rain down in the oven itself. So now you can see how it works. I'm trying to do that there, that by extending the firing channel, it used to be where you can see the first oven filter is there. It used to just be that long. But I was burning like wood from the woods behind me, and old woods that I was getting from people that are tearing houses down and stuff like that, where it's old wood and sometimes it's a little bit rotten, and so there isn't the great heat thing there. But with the wood I'm getting now, I have to extend it, and you can see in the firing channel I've got the two sticks in, and it's getting quite a nice flame, but it's not actually going all the way into the oven. I don't know if we can see it here. Yeah, here you can see it's not going into the oven. Where it goes into the oven, you can see the darkness of the hole, and the flames are ending just before that. So what's going in is the heat and not the flame. That's really important. It's important to listen the whole time, to hear what's happening in the oven, and keep an eye on the thermo reader to make sure that you're not going up too quick. And it seems to be going just right. I'll check with the time, yes. So this is what I'm going to be doing the next, I don't know, 10 hours, maybe. No, it won't be 10 hours. It'll be the next 7 hours. I'll be up at 900 then. But I'm not going to go over 100 degrees an hour. I mean, that's the safest way to do this type of firing. Every time it goes 12 and a half minutes, I want to be about 12 degrees up. So I don't worry if it gets a little bit ahead, because I'll just screw down a bit. I'll just screw down a bit for the gas, and let it just run on pilot and the wood burning until it catches up time wise. So now you've seen this part of it. I don't think you're going to get much more out of watching anymore the firing, because it's just the same all the way up. Once it gets to 900, I'll hold it there for about half an hour, because I know that further down it's actually quite a bit warmer. So but then I just close everything off. I put a brick in the firing channel so there's no air coming in, and I put close the top under the chimney, close that down, and put one of the pieces of oven fibre on top to make the slowing down the process of the cooling. And then what I'll do is I'll come back the next day and open up and then take the pots out. So those things are not so interesting if you're just interested in seeing how to fire and that kind of thing. Really important: good dry wood, a good firing burner, not these little tiny ones they use for raku ovens. You need something that can put up to 1200, because I mean sometimes you're going to need to use it if you want to fire something that's not just Sager firing. I'm focusing mostly on Sager firing right now, so for me this is perfect. I'm not using much gas. I'm using about half, not even half a bottle of gas, and the gas bottles that I'm using are 11 kilo. That's this size here. I have it standing on a concrete paving stone, so otherwise it'll freeze to the ground. It's a pretty simple thing. You need a high pressure controller on the top of the gas bottle, and that's about it. So I'll try and put this on the YouTube channel and let you all see it. That's it for this time.